What's up, forensics? I'm going to show you how to properly collect, package, and document your evidence. All right, so you're going to need some sort of a package that you can seal. You're going to need an evidence inventory label. Obviously, you're going to need your evidence, some tape, a Sharpie, pen, and a bindle. Okay, so if you grab your paper, you can use a paper as a bindle. Sometimes you use wax paper. But if you grab your paper, what you're going to do is you're going to place your item, your evidence, right in the middle. Now, obviously, you want to be as gentle as you can. You don't want to obstruct any of the evidence. Okay? Then you're going to fold. You're going to fold. Fold. And fold. And the reason for the bindle is basically so you're not going to drop any sort of evidence. Okay? Then you're going to open your Ziploc bag. Place it inside. Okay? Then you're going to want to try to take all the air out carefully. You don't want to smash any evidence in there, but try to take as much air out as you can, and you seal it. Okay, once your evidence is sealed, you're going to flip this down, and you're going to want to tape all along this portion. When you grab your tape, get a generous portion, and you want to go make sure that this is kind of lined up. You want to seal where the end of the baggie meets this. Okay, so it wants to completely cover this. And you want to hang a little bit over the edge here. Okay, tape. You cut it off right there. Okay, when you flip it over, seal, seal. So now any opening that you have is sealed. And then what you're going to do is you're going to want to grab your Sharpie and you're going to sign your name. Okay, and you want to sign it all the way across, nice and annoying, like this. Wow, that was a very bad signature. But if you sign it all the way across, and you could even, if you need to do it, sign it again. Okay? Something where you know this is your signature. And you know what I would also do? Flip it over, sign it again. And you want it to cover and go outside of the tape. That way, if someone were to peel the tape off, you would see that they try to obstruct your evidence. Same thing on this side. Now we're going to go ahead and fill out this evidence inventory label. So instead of case number, we don't have a case number, so we're going to title it our activity. In this situation, it's going to be Highlander Hunt. Okay? Inventory number, instead of inventory number, we're going to go ahead and put our group number. So let's say you are group 4. Okay? And we could even label this group so we're not getting confused. Okay? Item number, this is the first location we went to, so we're going to call this item number 1. Okay? Item description, we're going to describe it as 3-inch cloth square. Okay, the date of recovery, you're going to put down the date in which it was recovered. So today's date is 8/22/23. The time of recovery, 2:26 p.m. Location of recovery, room 130. We'll put LHHS. Recovered by Mr. Rizzo. We don't have a suspect or a victim or a type of offense yet. And that's it. Then we're going to get this. Now, usually you'd kind of make sure this is a little smaller. You could kind of trim off the edges here. But you are going to attach this evidence inventory label to the package. And just so it doesn't get lost, you may want to kind of attach it twice. Now, boom. This is how I want you guys to package your evidence. Now, sometimes it's going to change. Sometimes you're going to have certain types of evidence where you're going to need different packaging. But ultimately, this is how I want you to package. This is how I want you to make sure that it's sealed. Okay? And also, every time this is opened, now you are going to have to fill out the chain of custody. Okay? Received from. And it's going to be by whoever's opening it, the date and the time. Every time that package is opened, this has to be filled out. We need to know who entered the evidence. And when you need to open up this evidence, there's a specific way to do it. So every time this package needs to be opened, you are not going to just peel off the tape. You're going to have to make a cut, an incision, a really small incision, small enough and large enough to get the evidence out, but the smaller the better. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to carefully look for a good spot to cut this thing open. Now, hopefully you only have to cut this thing open once, and these are definitely the wrong scissors to do this with, but I need to get dissecting scissors. But you would find a little spot. If it's too hard to open that way, you kind of just find it like this. Do a little incision. Okay. So now it is large enough so I could take out my evidence here and I could examine it. So I'm going to examine this evidence, and then when I'm done, I'm going to put it back. And I need to reseal this evidence. So this has to go over the entire incision. Reseal where you got it. And after you reseal it, guess what? You're going to have to re-sign this thing too, just like you did the first time. So nice and large. Okay, and that's it. And I have to refill out this chain of custody. So I was received from Mr. Rizzo by Mr. Rizzo on August 22nd, 23, and I opened this thing up at 2:31 p.m. And I just filled out the chain of custody, and there you have it.